Aries, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy for the next period of time via the tarot, astrology, any channeled messages that come through, as well as some Ayurvedic lifestyle habits, wellness, incorporating holistic wellness into those places that can be a little bit more challenging, a little more difficult in our life. I hope that you're doing well. I'll start off with this week. We are in Gemini season. We started off this week with a full moon in Sagittarius, which is great for expansion, growth, evolution. It's fire energy, just like your sign Aries. And so it really helps us kind of expand beyond our limitations, specifically in places that might not be working out exactly how we want them to, but there is a purpose. It's about patience. It's about awareness. It's about knowing how to best participate in what's happening versus trying to like force a certain agenda or force someone to understand or, whatever. If there is a closed door or if there's a yield sign, we need to pump the brakes, that type of vibe. It's in our best interest to actually listen to that and to be mindful of those things, because the places that we are trying to push whatever is really going to come back to bite us in the butt. And so it is a time of just, yes, continuing to commit to plug away at what you're trying to grow and build for yourself, but making sure you're not getting too lost in the end results right now. We're not seeing a lot of things manifest, or maybe more specifically this week when I'm recording. If anything, it's more about like kind of taking a back seat, observing, seeing what's happening, how things are moving, and then adjusting the way that you are showing up for certain things. Attracting through gratitude, through appreciation, maybe even giving back a little bit is what I'm hearing. That might feel so overwhelming too, is what I was hearing, like not another thing, Deborah. But it has this value. Like, I think when we're helping others, when we're of service to others, it really does just help change the energy up a lot. Even if you do have a lot on your plate, there's ways we can be in service, so many different ways, small, simple ways that we can give a little kindness, love, empathy, understanding in our day-to-day. And that actually is going to help bring in more of the results that we're looking for, which is, ideal, right? So I do like to start off my readings with an energy cleansing just to set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out those places we might feel blocked or limited. You can totally skip ahead if it's not your vibe. You'll also still receive the blessing, I promise. It's also a really good time to set your own intention as well, especially if you've come in with something on your heart, on your mind, something you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over. Be open to receive. It's a really great way to personalize these collective readings. I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing and wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, or if you are interested in more of that realignment of self, your mind, body, soul, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. Because when we are aligned in self, when we're grounded in self, when we know self, that's really where we're able to tap into our happiness, our fulfillment, our abundance. And I would love to help support you in whatever way possible. Definitely hit me up. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, let's get into it, Aries. I bless you with pure love and light. Pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. I've been getting attacked by the sage left and right lately. All right, Aries. So I was hearing for you, like, you do need some goodness. I think like you're struggling a little bit, I don't know if things aren't going well for you right now. I don't think that they're horrible. I don't think that they're bad. I feel like it's things that you keep up and running. Like you have to do a lot of efforting in order to make your life work right now. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like I think you're proud of yourself is what I'm hearing to some capacity. But it's just like your soul feels a little weary. Like your soul feels like maybe it just needs some rest, some more support, or you just like need someone to take care of you for a hot minute. Yeah, okay, so this makes a lot of sense. See beyond the past. Something might be infiltrating, like maybe you're not getting care in a situation, in a dynamic that you wish you were. You wish there was a little bit more balance. It's happening. I do see that. And I'm not just saying that. It has this energy of like trusting. When we have to let go of the past or when we have to see beyond, that happens usually, right, in long-term relationships, people that we're engaging with a lot over the years. We set up dynamics, habits, patterns. Sometimes life is good. Sometimes it's not so good, and people do stuff and we get hurt and there's drama and blah, 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 right? And then we heal and we grow and we move past those things. And that's where I feel like I don't think you're intentionally holding on to the past, but I feel like it's coming out of this place of depletion, right? Like how I was talking about in the very beginning, where your soul could use a little bit more nourishment. Yeah, 100%. A little more nourishment, more love, more support. It does start with self. Don't hate me for saying that. It's just the truth. If we don't love ourselves, we can't receive love from someone else. And I don't necessarily see you looking for it elsewhere, but I think there's certain places that you would like to have more support, more love, being taken care of, that type of vibe. And so your soul feels thirsty. It feels parched to some capacity. And so when certain things pop up, it's kind of like, it just feels annoying. It feels annoying. It feels frustrating. Like, oh my gosh, not this again. I thought we were over and done with this or whatever, right? But you, like, honestly, I like this energy for you. Like, your hard work is paying off. And maybe it's hard to even see that right now because I have a lot of respect for Aries energy because it is very much like going after what you want, putting your self-interest first. Yes, it can be selfish. I don't think that it's coming through in that way for you right now. No, if anything, you're just pushing. You're pushing. And it is for the betterment of the whole, right? But I think that that's also why you're exhausted, because in your blocked energy, it's saying like you're not just letting life move. And that can be really hard because Aries energy loves to be in control. It loves to be on top of things. It's wild. It's good. I have a lot of respect for it, but it never ceases to amaze me what Aries can do. And again, I think that this is actually showing up present day in your life. I think part of this, see beyond the past, letting go of some of the BS that's happened. It's just for your own self, right? Like you don't have to be living in what happened. And sometimes when we keep replaying situations, dynamics, hurt that people have done us, etc., it's because we haven't validated self yet. And maybe you do need to just say that was really fucked up that someone did that or said that or whatever. Like maybe you just need to validate the extent of what it was. I think it's hard for you to do. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense because whatever you're dealing with, like maybe you just don't want to look at someone through a negative lens, or you're really just trying to keep it positive, or things have gotten a little bit better lately. And it's a good thing. Like it is a good thing. Like things are good right now. But there's some stuff in the past, again, not to be redundant, but there's some stuff in the past that's overshadowing the goodness that's happening for you right now. Because it does look like whatever you're dealing with in your environment is offering you something. Ace of Cups. Aces are pure potential. So it's like, hey, let's start this thing and see where it goes. It can be love. It can be a new cycle in love. It doesn't have to be. It can just be someone offering you something good. And I don't know, for some reason, like, I think you appreciate it, but it's not, you're not seeing it. And I don't think this is a bad on you. I'm not saying it in that way. But for some reason, it's like, you appreciate it, but it's not what you want. So like, how much can you really appreciate it? Kind of thing, right? Like, and it's interesting because the energy around you, they're offering something but withholding something at the same time. And I think whatever they're withholding feels a little bit more important to you, right? Than whatever they're offering. Like, it's like, oh yeah, that's good, that's nice, but I'm still not getting what I want in other areas. And I think that that's what's making it hard to want to work together. I think there's fear. I'm seeing some fear of it going back. Like, it almost feels like you haven't completely gotten out of this cycle. And so there's fear that it's going to go back in, especially if you give up the control. This belief, like someone's going to screw you over again if you stop paying attention, right, to the situation, to the dynamic. And that goes back to this surrender, right? If we're always so hyper vigilant, it's really hard to see the good, especially when we're coming from a place where there might have been bad behavior or whatever, right? Like people weren't acting in their best way. You're having a lot of emotions. It's triggering a lot for you. And I think, like, I'm kind of seeing that maybe all of it hasn't stopped. Yes, it might not be as bad as what it once was, but you're still either getting remnants from this person, the situation, whether like they're saying something or whatever. And it's just bringing up a lot for you. And hence why you don't really want to move too quickly, because you want to make sure that it's a solid, grounded thing. But again, I think what you're not really realizing is there's like a lot of abundance that's coming through for you in the process. Whatever you have been dedicating your time and energy to, it's paying off. And honestly, you might not be so wrong in what your fear is or what your thought about someone, something is. With this tower here, like there might be a little bit of a disruption that happens again. And I'm seeing this Five of Wands as you not going back into the bad behavior, right? Like there might be some type of fight or argument that breaks out. And instead of playing into it, you're like, I'm just not going to go down this road. You set certain boundaries. That might be hard for someone, but it looks like I was saying, it's almost like something from the past is arising again, confirming your fears. Maybe it is a little bit of manifestation. Maybe it is a little bit of not giving someone enough credit where credit's due. I'm not completely taking that out of it. Like, you know, there's always two people. There's always two different sides. But like I said, I feel like whatever you're dealing with is being very picky and choosy about what they will give. They'll give you something, but not something else. And that's where it feels a little bit strings attached, or it's not the word I'm looking for, but I wish I could think of this. It's a good word too. It's perfect for this situation. It's circumstantial, you know. That's not what I was thinking of, but it's a word that is a synonym. But it feels like you, right? Like if they're feeling good or if they're feeling in one vibe, then they're going to give it to you. And if they don't, it's because they don't want to, or, you know, like it does, there is, excuse me, I'm not explaining that well, but there is like this little bit of a game component to it. And I think that right now is a very difficult thing for us, especially with Mercury being tensely aspected to Neptune. It's easy to see through people's bullshit, the illusions, right? The things that, because beginning of the reading, it starts off really good. Like the energy is really good for everyone involved. And then something just makes it like chaotic, and it feels like for no reason, you know, like it almost feels like whatever this tower is, it's completely coming out of left field. I'll clarify this real quick, but it's a tower for someone else. It's not a tower moment for you. If anything, it's kind of just like confirming and validating exactly what you're thinking and feeling. I think someone else has different ideas about how something should go, and it looks like you don't really agree with that. I think that's a little hard for someone to see or to hear. And maybe that's where part of these Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands comes into play. Like if someone plays nice, then they're going to get the results from you that they're looking for. And it feels like you're not really giving in, you know? I mean, I think that you're looking at things from a really good perspective, like a rational perspective and a perspective of abundance, especially if you're dealing with abundance on some level with this person individual, like if they're intertwined with your abundance, so to speak. Like you're making a decision that might not make sense to them. They might not like it, but it's actually really good, you know? And I think that that's kind of where the disconnect comes in, because someone wants you to be on their side or on their team or see it from their perspective, and you just don't. You don't. And I think if anything, whatever happens this week is it's like it's just validating even more why you don't see it from that lens. And maybe you are really trying to let go of some of this. I don't know if someone's making it very easy for you to do so. Also, why you feel like you have to keep pushing. Not forcing your agenda on them, but I feel like this is more about, when I'm talking about pushing, it's like whatever you're cultivating, whatever you're like pouring in your time and energy to, that's actually bringing in some abundance, some really good things for your life. It looks like it's happening, to be honest. And I feel like wherever you're feeling lack or limited, it's coming from someone, something else. And it does seem like it is rooted in conversation with this Mercury card. The way things get talked about, the way exchange happens, who says what. Maybe people are getting offended, taking things too personally. Like I said, it seems like someone's expecting you to have the same perspective, viewpoint, and you just don't. And that's very hard. But I think you do have to hammer some things out. I think you going against the grain is different and also new for someone. But it's also helping change up the dynamics, especially with Pluto in Aquarius. And it is bringing in more grounding and stability. Like maybe you just need things to kind of be okay for a while, for a period of time. And I think that like you are very good at manifesting. You're good at tapping into your abundance. And so I think you can see that very clearly. And someone else can't. It's just like you're coming from completely, and it does feel like this is a cycle. It does feel like this is something that either you guys get wrapped into a lot of times, or you've been there, done that type vibe. I don't know if you're getting a lot of positive feedback from this dynamic. If anything, it feels like you might be left to your own devices. Also, hence why I was picking up that energy of like, just needing a little love, a little nourishment, support for your heart. Definitely look to places that you can get that. Places that feel a little bit more positive, more life-honoring, life-giving, people that can really support you, that don't feel like they're draining you, you know, especially if you are looking for advice or guidance, wisdom on what to do. These are people that like actually respect you and are giving you good, solid advice, not just being haters to hate on someone or something. Because it doesn't look like that's what your ultimate goal is. If anything, I'm seeing you try to find harmony and balance, and you're having a really hard time working with someone, something in order to do that. I don't see a lot of resolution this week. I see it as more about like you yourself not making things of the past, like not carrying them into the future, letting the past be the past. Unless someone keeps repeating these cycles, it does kind of look a little bit like that, especially as you navigate this week or so with them. But I think it's also giving you an opportunity to kind of cut yourself free from some things that you don't necessarily want responsibility for. And it's putting you in a good position. Like, you know where you're at, you know what you want, you know how you're going to move forward in this. And whatever's happening over here is just helping clarify and make that decision just that much easier for you. So, and you can probably be actually a little bit easier on yourself. I'll say that too, Aries, because you deserve it. You deserve it. You don't have to work so hard all the time. You work very hard. You don't have to work so hard all the time, right? All right, Aries, thank you so much for your time, energy, always. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I'd love to hear, or just say, hey, share, and a little love, a little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support that you bring to the channel. No, it blesses my heart, and I'm sending love and blessings back to you always.